So this book right here was written in 1670, and it was basically like an introduction to globes. So the book states many times that the globe is not what we've been taught, but if we try hard, we can adopt it into our current knowledge. The author basically threatens that if you don't, you won't know anything about trigonometry or land navigation. Now get this, the author supports his claims by reflecting on the fact that people thought California was a part of North America when really it's an island. So he's saying basically, believe me, the world is a globe because California is an island. Oh my God. So I got curious. I was like, let me see some maps from this time period. And Lord and behold, they got California as an island. Boom, there goes another one. And again, and another one. Can't make this up. Every single map pre-1800s depicts California as an island. Why? How is it that the people from Asia, Spain, and England all made the same unique mistake of making California an island? So I look a little closer at California and it says Carolinas. Carolina is a female name of German origin that means free/beautiful woman. Let's run that back. The name ultimately comes from Germanic word Carla, who means free woman. Let's get deeper, y'all. In Las Surgas, Calafia was described as a black warrior queen who ruled the mythical island of California. The island was inhabited only by black women who lived like Amazon warriors. What? California could have possibly been ruled by black women? Montalvo, who is the author of that book, is said to have gotten a book that mentions Queen Calafia and her black Amazon warriors. So therefore, he was not the original author. It must be older than the day it was published in 1510. Is this some ancient history we don't know about? This picture is showing men from Spain arriving to, I guess, the California island full of black Amazon warriors. Why would they add Carolinas if it was not inspired by historical events? Is this really a myth or a legend, or are they just not telling us something? Because these myths and legends collaborate well with these old maps and real events. And you can pause this and read this yourself. But African skulls have been found in the Americas. So like, are we Native Americans? And for those of you that think the author made a mistake by calling those women black, Europeans, Americans, Spaniards never mistook American Indians for Negro Africans. They always referred to the blacks of the Negro African type as Moors, blacks, or Ethiopians. It wasn't a mistake. But anyways, back to, this book. If they will lie about who the true Native Americans are, they will lie about the earth being flat.
Some videos revolving around Wonder Woman. Today I'll be bringing you the history and origins of the Black Wonder Woman known as Nubia. And if you'd like to learn a little bit more about the lives of Gal Gadot and Linda Carter, head on over to Cool Classics after you finish watching this video. Links to his channel will be at the end. First appearing in Wonder Woman Volume 1, number 204 from January 1973 and created by Robert Kangner and Don Heck in pre-crisis continuity. Another version of Nubia made her first post-crisis appearance in Wonder Woman Volume 2 Annual number 8 from 1999 and was created by Docell Young and Brian Denham. In the pre-crisis continuity, Princess Diana is confronted by an armor-wearing female warrior who challenges her to single combat while claiming to be the Wonder Woman of the floating island. For the most part, Diana and the warrior were evenly matched until Diana's sword was knocked from her hands. The warrior refused to kill Diana and removed her helmet to reveal a dark-skinned woman by the name of Nubia and tells Diana they will meet again someday and decide which of them actually has the right to the title of Wonder Woman. On her floating island, which is concealed by fog and mist, it's revealed that she rules over a kingdom of men. On Earth 23, which has race-swapped versions of Earth's heroes, Nubia is that universe's Wonder Woman and functions in the same manner as the regular Earth's Wonder Woman. It was later revealed in Wonder Woman number 206 that Hippolyta, the Queen of the Amazons and Diana's mother, had actually created two babies from clay. One was made of dark clay and the other of light clay. The god Aphrodite brought the infants to life, but Ares, the god of war, abducted the dark-skinned infant, and Hippolyta never saw her again until the day she came to Themyscira. Nubia was raised by Ares as his weapon of destruction against the Amazons. Ares and Nubia then waged war on Themyscira, which at the time was known as Paradise Island, from their floating island called Slaughter Island. However, Diana destroyed the ring of Ares which Nubia wore that allowed the god of war to control her. and the two Wonder Women work together to defeat the god. The Crisis on Infinite Earths from 1985 erased all of continuity in DC Comics before this point. Well, not erased per se, just placed it in an alternate universe, making it one of the 52 Earths in DC Comics multiverse. In post-Crisis Comics, Princess Diana meets an Amazonian warrior who calls herself Nubia. The warrior then mistakes Diana for her former queen Antelope, but discovers that Diana was actually Antelope's niece. Nubia revealed to Diana that she was the first Amazon to win the Tournament of Grace and Wonder, becoming the Amazon's first champion. Her mission as the first Wonder Woman was to guard Doom's doorway, which was the entrance to the River Styx, as well as the gate to Tartarus on Themyscira. Nubia had to enter the doorway and guard the gate from the inside. It's speculated that because of the Amazons never told Diana of Nubia, that they may have thought she perished long before Diana's birth. It was revealed in a later comic that she was granted the gift of cold sight by the Gorgons, which allow her to transform any living being into stone. After helping Diana with her mission, Nubia returned to the underworld. In 1975, producers of the Wonder Woman TV series cast Teresa Graves as Nubia, then referred to as Diana's sister, but the series moved to CBS in 1977 before the character could appear on the show. The same year, Mego produced a Nubia doll, which was supposed to tie into the show, which shows how Nubia would have looked had she made it to television. Characters who resemble Nubia in some way, shape, or form continued to appear in the Kathy Lee Crosby Wonder Woman film from 1974, The Challenge of the Super Friends digital comic, Wonder Woman 77 Meets the Bionic Woman, and DC Universe Online. Her pre-crisis powers include the ability to glide on air currents, super strength, as well as the other Amazonian abilities that Wonder Woman has. Her weapon was that of a magical sword created by Ares, which could counteract Diana's magical lasso. Her post-crisis powers include magical armor, the ability to travel to and from Hades at will, as well as other mythical realms, cold sight, a magic sword, 3,000 years of combat experience, immortality, enhanced strength and intelligence, the ability to jump over 12 feet from a standing position, enhanced healing and durability, as well as the ability to absorb vast amounts of knowledge in a short period of time.
Day. In this video, I'm going to be covering Nubia. Now, she made her very first appearance in Wonder Woman Volume 1, issue number 204, that was released in February 1973. However, her most recent current iteration made her first appearance in Wonder Woman Volume 5, issue number 75, that was released in September 2019. Now, although the very first representation of Nubia was considered a Wonder Woman herself that was much older than Diana, the newest one that I'll be covering today actually became the ruler of Themyscira, with her complete title being Queen Nubia of the Amazons of Paradise Island, being a premier warrior with light brown eyes and long black hair. Nubia possesses that unique Amazonian physiology, which gives her moderate to vast superhuman strength, durability, stamina, speed, agility, and virtual immortality, with her being one of the most capable of all the Amazonians, although her power levels aren't quite that of Diana, aka the typical Wonder Woman, due to Diana's father being Zeus. Now, we also have to consider that Nubia may be the most consistent hand-to-hand combatant of all of the Amazons, with her being the standing record holder of the most knockouts in Victor's Circle, as well as being proficient in a hand-to-hand combat style that's very similar to Aikido. Just like her fellow sisters, she's also very adept at all forms of swordsmanship, archery, and equestrianism. Not to mention that she individually has an indomitable will and perfect leadership skills, as well as being a prolific musician. And to round all of this out, I'd be wrong if I didn't bring up her signature weapon, which is known as the Staff of Understanding. This mystical weapon was made of precious metals that are only found on the island of Themyscira, and it possesses stones that are empowered by multiple goddesses. This gives it mystical properties that allow it to do things such as transform into a lasso, similar to the lasso of truth, as well as manifesting many of the intentions of its wielder. Now, centuries ago, before she became an Amazon, she lived her life as a captive to a cruel man, who would regularly beat her until one day she finally succumbed and died. At this, she would be reborn from the Well of Souls, just like all of the other women who had died in their old lives due to the violence of man's world, becoming one of the legendary and powerful Amazons. Nubia would be born around the same time as Princess Diana, with the two of them being the only ones to spring forth from the well for many, many years. For ages thereafter, Nubia would be appointed as the sole guard of the Doom's doorway, keeping watch on the underground caves of Themyscira. Only one monstrous beast named a manticore would make it past her, but she would quickly hunt it down and defeat it. Nubia would go on to play a key role in Themyscira's rebound, becoming a sort of undercover agent by pretending to betray Queen Hippolyta after Darkseid's daughter named Grail usurped her throne. We'd go on to later see Nubia among her Amazonian sisters after Diana's departure near the end of the great battle that redefined the multiverse. And although some of the Amazons were fighting each other to take on the title of Wonder Woman, Queen Hippolyta put forth a test of courage, saying that the next Wonder Woman would be the one who dared to look at the head of Gorgon Medusa, which was supposedly inside of a container. Hippolyta said that only the one whose heart is just and mind is not clouded by personal ambition would survive the gaze of this monster. The only one who confidently took up this challenge was Nubia. But when she went inside of the container, there was no Medusa head, there was only a golden crown. This test of character and courage made Hippolyta appoint Nubia as the new queen of the Amazons, with the former queen deciding she would go to the world of men. This choice was considered wise by the whole island, and they would receive their new Queen Nubia with open arms. Now, due to her powers and abilities and her influence on the DC universe, for my 1 to 10 rating, I'll give Queen Nubia a rating of 8, which is an unforgettable rating.